Oh boy. Yet it's another Tuesday evening. I am up here to talk about last night's edition of Raw, and I am not excited at all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put it this way. I love doing these live streams, but I just wish I had some damn stuff to talk about, unfortunately. And when watching Monday Night Raw, especially since the draft anymore, there is nothing, just nothing to talk about. Nothing. Literally. These shows suck. They're lifeless. Like, I could miss this episode of Raw, and I would miss absolutely nothing. Heck, I could miss Survivor Series, for crying out loud, and nothing's gonna happen. Want to know why? Because there is no stakes. I'm not talking about the stakes and weights, Tucky! Stakes and weights! Well, then again, there's no more stakes and weights also because that tag team split up, and Tucker Knight thinks that him winning 3 championships in one night, or however long it's been since him and Otis split up, when those 3 championships are the freaking Fisher-Price title, the 24/7 championship, in a freaking cluster crap of a 7-man fatal 7, whatever you want to call it, lucky 7, who the heck knows? Raw is just so unwatchable. SmackDown at least has Roman Reigns in his storyline. But other than that, there's nothing good on SmackDown either. Raw, to me, it's just, I can't watch it. It's 3 hours of literally nothing. Nothing is intriguing me. There was one good match on this card. Something else that kind of gave me a glimmer of hope a little bit for somebody. Riddle me this. That's right. Riddle. Don't forget, Matt Riddle is no longer Matt Riddle. He is Riddle. For all you know, until later on, instead of hearing he's the king of bros, he's going to be the king of riddles. These shows mean nothing. No one's progressing. No stories are being told. We're getting the same shit every single week. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Yes, I get it. And again, it's tough for me to say because Drew McIntyre deserves a rematch for the WWE Championship since, he beat Randy Orton twice, then Randy beats him once, so obviously Drew deserves an opportunity. But of course, every week, it's the same thing between those two. Nothing different. Nothing. Lana going through a table for the 8th time in a week. Nia Jax thinks that, oh my god, about me, oh my gosh, oh my god. It's just, and then of course there's Retribution. That stable's useless, despite the fact that Mustafa, because he can't be Mustafa Ali anymore because he's the bad guy, and it's gotta be Mustafa Ali. Actually had a good match that could have been much better if Vince, the main roster product, does not water down everyone with all the talent that they have, for crying out loud. Jeez, oh man. So, who knows? So, and also, I'm going to continue to say this. Raw's theme music sucks. I'm sorry. I don't like that theme music at all. It doesn't fit the show at all. So, I feel like I'm watching a horror show. The horror show! Extreme Rules. Yeah, that was a bad pay-per-view as well. Dear Lord, again, I am not, So, I'm going to talk about this show, but again, I just got nothing to say, guys. I'm sorry, this show just sucked. Childish humor, just nothing made any sense, and it just made everyone look like a bunch of clowns. Especially that stuff with the, we gotta be a team. Oh, we gotta work together. We gotta be a team. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we? Of course, no one's gonna be friends because they all at some point hate each other. But let's roll into it and let's actually start talking about this show. Let me see here. We got Lauren in the live chat. What's up, Lauren? How's everything? Not too bad, except Raw sucks, but you always be giving Raw a D and SmackDown a C. Oh, well, again, what can I do? I mean, Raw is just not doing anything. SmackDown is, Roman's doing awesome. A few little tweaks of tidbits, but there could be some little things dragging it down like Aaliyah Mysterio and Buddy Murphy, and then but other little ones. At least SmackDown is at least a little bit watchable. If Orton loses the title next week, it'll be nothing for his title win in Hell in a Cell. True, I'm not saying it's going to be nothing for his title win. I'm wondering though, because again, there are rumors, and I'm actually okay with this. I'd say probably maybe not till WrestleMania 38, maybe. There's been some rumors about maybe Randy Orton catching up to John Cena with all of his title reigns, and having them face off at WrestleMania 38 to see who would be the first person to break Ric Flair's record. Even though we've seen John Cena and Randy Orton how many times, I would actually be okay with that. Because we wouldn't know, again, who's going to be the one to break Ric Flair's record. And I'll make it obvious it's going to be just one person. I'd be okay with that. Again, the only problem, again, I have with Randy Orton being champion right now is because I don't want it to lead to him versus Edge for the championship of WrestleMania. Again, if they want to do him and Edge in their blow-off match, they weren't able to do it at SummerSlam, fine. I'm sorry, though. I'm going to continue to iterate this. That feud does not need the title. Edge does not need to be world champion when he comes back. So that's the only problem I have with Randy Orton being champion. That's it. So we got that. Thanksgiving is in 16 days. Yep, that's right. Jared's in a bad mood. His animal ran away. I'm sorry to hear about that. Well, I'll definitely hopefully try to cheer you up with my rant, buddy. But again, I can't promise anything because there's really nothing to talk about on this show, really, that happened. Asuka was on the show. She wrestled Nia Jax. Adam Pearce is... Who the heck knows what Adam Pearce even is? There should be a GM for both shows. But no, they just... I don't even know what their corporate storyline is anymore. Yeah, Lana turning face. Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. If Lana was Soul Survivor, even more dumb. Again, Lana at this point even getting an opportunity makes everyone else look like a joke. Because she's the biggest joke in the company. It's not her fault. It's just what she's told to do. She's the biggest joke in the company because, I'm sorry, her husband went off to AEW and actually is getting booked pretty good until WWE basically just shoved that brass ring right up their ass. Which that would be dumb. SmackDown's better than Raw. What was the point of the draft? Shake up the roster, even though I still feel like there's a little too much switching around. Like I still feel like there's all the Raw storylines being moved to SmackDown, and all the SmackDown. I mean, there should have been a couple people who should have stayed on SmackDown. Like Matt Riddle, for instance, I still think should stay on SmackDown. It's going to be Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre in the main event of Survivor Series, but who would you prediction to win that match if you had one right now off the top of your head? If it does happen, which I'm not 100% positive that it will happen, I do think the match between Orton and McIntyre next week will go either way. I don't know. I still think Roman... I mean, as much as I would love to see Drew McIntyre get a big win over Roman Reigns, still think Roman's probably going to get it. I'm still going to pick Roman. I would say if it was Drew, I would love to see Drew get a big victory over Roman. But then again, Roman's like the most powerful man in the company right now. And again, I actually don't mind it because I love what he's doing. So probably either way, Roman's probably going to win that. Do you see Orton turning face soon, having a mini feud with Miz and Morrison and Wyatt after this Drew feud? Orton, I'm sorry, Orton is not turning face anytime soon. There's no way I see him turning face, especially if the end result's him facing Edge. He's not turning face. I could see maybe them interrupting the match next week. I still think we're probably going to get like a triple threat match with them. Even though, again, I'm still confused though. Are they turning Bray Wyatt face though also? Because to me, I'm getting more of an inkling they're going to turn Bray Wyatt face, but I still cannot tell. So I don't know if they're going to do like a triple threat match with Orton, McIntyre, and Wyatt at TLC or what. But still not sure about that. If Orton loses against Drew next week, that'll be the dumbest thing that he's ever did. Then what was the point of Hell in a Cell? I think we already got to that. The Fiend Bray Wyatt is the only good thing ever happening on SmackDown, the Firefly Finals, or on Raw. But he's not on. He was on Raw last night, which I don't know why. There's no point to Brand versus Brand. I don't know if Alexa Bliss is a babyface. Who knows? Nikki Cross joining I kind of wouldn't mind seeing Nikki. Well, I mean, Alexa's there. You can't keep it, overcrowding. But Nikki Cross being kind of like, possessed by the Fiend and getting all crazy and such, I actually would not mind that because it'll bring back her craziness. And I miss Twisted Sister crazy Nikki Cross. I don't like this toned down Nikki Cross in Orton. I don't like it. Let me see here. I'd rather see Orton versus Roman. Do you want Drew to win? Again, I'm not saying. I'm not saying I want to see Drew win next week. I said I don't mind Orton being champion. The only problem I have with it is I don't want to see him versus Edge for the title. That's the only thing I asked for. But like I said, if they want to, space out Orton's title reigns, so that way he gets caught up to Cena for WrestleMania 38. Because if WrestleMania 37, I feel like it'll be too soon for that. But like I said, if they want to do Orton versus Cena for WrestleMania 38 for, who breaks Ric Flair's record, then I'm fine with that. So we got that. Sheamus and Drew. Yeah, if Orton retains the championship, I'm actually invested in this Sheamus and Drew McIntyre feud, to be honest. Again, Lauren, I'm not saying I think Orton should lose. I said all I'm saying is I just don't want to see him versus Edge for the championship. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if Orton drops it to Bray Wyatt, fine. If he drops it back to Drew, fine. Again, if he remains champion, cool. Again, the only thing I do not want to see though out of this is Orton versus Edge for the title. That's all I'm saying. If they brought Vince McMahon, don't get his way, was doing Orton versus Edge, he'll do McIntyre versus Edge. I don't know. I still don't want to see. I just still don't think Edge needs the title. That's a problem. Edge does not need the championship. That's my big gripes. I mean, if they want to do McIntyre versus Edge, fine, but just don't have the title involved. I mean, I love Edge, but that's not the whole point behind this. Plus, two, why would he come back, win a match, then lose, lead the injury, and come back for another title? I'm sorry, it doesn't need to happen. Yeah, Triple H needs to replace Vince. Bianca versus Sasha next. Save that for WrestleMania. Yeah, it's screwed up. Peyton Royce singles run. I don't know, because apparently Peyton Royce is teaming with Lacey Evans now, which makes no freaking sense. If Liv was traded to SmackDown, why is she showing up? Liv wasn't on Raw. Liv wasn't on Raw. 12% time needs to go, yes. Bray isn't face or heel. Who cares? Bray was ruined the whole moment Goldberg beat him. I don't think he's completely ruined, but, we'll see. Him being on Raw feels very fresh. I still have hope. Taker's appearance at Survivor Series is a secret. It would have been nice. Taker's probably going to go. Hopefully. Nah, Sheamus is still a heel. Liv Morgan was not on Raw. I have no clue if everybody will surpass. Again, it's probably you're going to be Cena or Orton surpassing Flair. Where was Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce? I don't care. Is Brock retired? Brock just has been coming back because there's no audience. Understand. McIntyre versus Edge would be great. You think Mania will be Edge's full last match? No. I don't think Edge is going to be done for good. He has way too many to do. Will Bayley be the captain? She'll probably proclaim herself as captain. How many titles has The Rock ever held? Because The Rock never is. How many titles? I'm not sure how many titles Reigns The Rock has had. Multiple times. But, wow. It's already, how much time into this review? 15 minutes in. I haven't even talked about a single thing of Raw yet. So, cool it on the live chat for now. I will come back to that, but let's just go through this episode of Raw again. I've spent more time reading the live chat than talking about Raw, which, fine by me, but, Okay, so the show opens up with Miz TV. There's Miz and Morrison, and Mr. Money in the Bank, of course, Miz, hyping up, and Randy Orton comes out. And of course, it's this whole bullcrap of we're teaming up tonight, but maybe I'll cash my Money in the Bank contract. No, I'm not going to cash in my Money in the Bank contract. Just this whole idea of can the heels trust us and trust him and whatnot. Who cares? And then New Day comes out and questions and misses beliefs that he and Morrison can beat them for the Raw tag titles. And then McIntyre came out and made a 6-man brawl, pretty much just to hype up the main event, pretty much. There was a second chance Survivor Series qualifying match where it was Elias, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Riddle. I'm sorry, Riddle, because once again, apparently he can't be called Matt Riddle right now, because if you Google that name, it'll come up with his allegation stuff. It still sounds stupid. I can literally hear Vince McMahon just wanting to be calling him Riddle me this, Riddle me that, Riddle me bro, Riddle me bro, Riddle me bro. Matt Riddle wins the match. I guess I was kind of cool with that, but they're probably going to make him look like a joke in the Survivor Series match. Just anyway, I've lost faith in the main roster in booking Matt Riddle. Especially when we get to that segment revolving around, being a team and whatnot. Why can't we be friends, guys? So backstage, AJ Styles is talking to Adam Pearce, and then Sheamus is pissed that Matt Riddle's joined Team Raw, and then Styles set up a team meeting, and then Sheamus and Braun Strowman are like, AJ Styles is not my team captain. Braun Strowman comes in, AJ Styles is not my team captain. Cut to commercial break. Dumb production cuts, scripted dialogue, typical stuff. Mustafa Ali calls Ricochet a brave fool for turning down their offer to join Retribution, set up for the match between Ricochet and Ali later on in the show. Drew Gulak tries to join the Hurt Business, even though for months MVP was trying to get all these people to join the Hurt Business, from Cedric Alexander, which he succeeded, Ricochet, Apollo Crews, even Mustafa Ali. Again, not Mustafa Ali. But the only person he succeeded with was Cedric. Yet at the moment, now all of a sudden, they want nobody. They turned down Titus. They turned down Gulak. So I don't get it. So that happens, and after they had attacked Gulak, R-Truth pins Drew Gulak to win back the 24/7 championship. And then Shayna Baszler defeated Lana by submission, making her look more like a joke. Nia Jax goes to set up the table once again just because, but then for some reason Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke stop her from doing so, and they later tell her backstage, just to stay, we saved you, but stay out of our way, basically, because she got involved in their tag matches for the tag titles for no freaking reason whatsoever. So everybody hates Lana. Lana's the biggest loser. We're supposed to feel bad for Lana, but it's just ridiculous. Again, how are we supposed to feel bad for her when she literally has... She's a freaking joke. She's a laughing stock to be on TV. Just her getting a title opportunity makes everybody else look like a joke. Lana has white heat, and it's not even her fault. But of course, they tease 8th week in a row. Of course, and get this, they even had a dumb graphic countdown showing how many times Lana went through a table for the past few weeks. So you know that they're trolling with her even more, which is so unprofessional and so childish and so full of their egos, WWE. So that happens. AJ Styles has this freaking team meeting in the ring. Everybody's just bickering like a bunch of 5-year-olds in this segment. Matt Riddle's calling everybody Fireface. He called Sheamus dopehead. They were acting like damn 5-year-olds. And then finally AJ Styles was just like, I know to settle this, let's make a tag match. Braun Strowman and Sheamus will take on Matt Riddle and Keith Lee, and I'll be the special guest referee. And then they had the tag match, and it was another freaking train wreck. Trying to tell us, like, oh my goodness, how can we be a team? Well, guess what? It doesn't matter if you're a team or not, because if you win, what do you get? Nothing. Bragging rights. We won. We're the better team, and congratulations. What's your reward? What's your reward? Zip. Nothing. So that was a complete waste of time. Matt Riddle, though, got the winning pinfall victory, and he rolled up Sheamus for the victory. So, yeah, Matt Riddle gets 2 victories in one night, but I guarantee you, in that Survivor Series match, he's probably going to be the first person eliminated, and look like a complete fool. I can guarantee that's what's going to happen with Matt Riddle, because I literally do not trust their booking for him at all whatsoever. I don't. I'm sorry. So, then we have Nikki Cross again trying to ask Alexa, like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this? We've been best friends. And Alexa Bliss basically chose the Fiend over Nikki Cross. So moving on from that. MVP and Bobby Lashley are in the ring. MVP addresses, and Lashley address Sami Zayn. How he's going to destroy him at Survivor Series. Titus O'Neil comes down, comes out of catering basically, and mentions how he was turned down to join the Hurt Business. But then he also questions why doesn't Lashley defend that U.S. title, which Lashley does then moments later and just squashes Titus O'Neil with the Hurt Lock to retain the U.S. title. So okay, that's that. We have another segment with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre backstage, talking about Team Raw and whatnot, and again, just referencing over the early days as a tag team and whatnot. Again, that's actually something I am intrigued about. Again, that's bringing some real life chemistry. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, we saw in the Drew McIntyre 24 special on the network. That obviously these two have been good friends for a long time, and just letting them be themselves, like it rolls organically. And if they do a feud between these two after, if McIntyre does not, whether McIntyre wins the championship back from Orton or not, like if they want to do this feud, going forward, I don't know about WrestleMania. I'm still saying if Drew McIntyre is not champion, well, it doesn't look like he is going to be, is not champion going into WrestleMania 37, I'd still say save him and AJ Styles for WrestleMania 37. But I still think, even when you want before WrestleMania, you want to do a feud with either Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, or if they randomly make them a tag team, who knows? I'd be for that. I have liked the promos they've cut the past, 2 weeks, really showing that they're good real life chemistry and they're good bond. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'd be okay with that. Nia Jax is interviewed backstage. Oh my god, everybody's talking about all this stuff and running my mouths, including my tag team partner Shayna Baszler. Oh my god, I'm going to beat Asuka, and I'll beat Asuka again after Survivor Series for the Women's Championship. And then Asuka took on Nia Jax for, I swear, the 50th time on the main roster. Probably more like 500th time on the main roster. And it ends with Shayna Baszler just going in there and just interfering for God knows why. Yet Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are supposed to hate each other despite the fact they're women's tag team champions, yet she's still saving Nia, and I don't get what the hell her statements are. But for some stupid reason, Mandy Rose, well, not Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke so much, but Lana is out there again for God knows why, just asking to be put through the table, and yet thrown to the table for the 8th week in a row as usual. And then we had this very, very dumb 7-way match for the 24/7 championship, and it was just a mess. It was a freaking mess. It was like simple roll-up after simple roll-up after simple roll-up. We had Akira Tozawa win, then Eric won, then Drew Gulak, then Tucker, then Gulak, then Tucker, then Metalik, Dorado, R-Truth then won it back, and it was just, again, this championship means absolutely nothing. It's a jobber comedy fest. Like, a championship that literally is only won by nothing but low-card people, like people coming out of catering just to fight over a Fisher-Price toy. It means legitimately nothing. So get rid of it. Get rid of that. Get rid of the women's tag titles. Merge the men's tag titles. because there's literally no division for either one. Things could be better, but nope. We have to have this dumb comedy act just to make Vince laugh his ass off, just like Matt Riddle calling everybody names. So it's back to the whole Paul Heyman going, name calling? We're going to resort to name calling. Yeah, that's exactly what happened with your Team Raw acting like a bunch of 5-year-olds. Same with the women's team also. The only thing I can say that I actually kind of enjoyed was the match between Ricochet and Mustafa Ali. Of course, it was a very watered-down match compared to what we're seeing with, Mustafa Ali on 205 Live, and his first few months on SmackDown when he was getting a big push before he got injured, and Kofi basically took all of his momentum, and that led to Kofi Mania. And of course, Ricochet and NXT, of course, was freaking awesome. So if we would have had those two from NXT and 205 Live / beginning of SmackDown, we would have had a freaking classic. Instead, we had a good match that they could get. My favorite part of the match was still when Ricochet did that big, double spinning corkscrew, whatever the heck he did, off of the top rope to take out all the members of Retribution, which is pretty sick. But the good counters, good chemistry. Again, these two could literally have a classic if the cuffs were taken off of them. But Ali wins with this Koji clutch submission to get Ricochet to pass out, which was pretty darn sick. That was my match of the night, and really the only thing I really enjoyed about the show. That, or again, even seeing Matt Riddle, get 2 victories, but like I said, too, the thing that just made it they're not going to really do much with it, was the fact that again, they're probably going to make Matt Riddle look like a joke and be the first person eliminated from the Survivor Series elimination match, and make him look like an idiot even more. So we have that. It was announced that next we were going to get the New Day defending the Raw tag titles against the Hurt Business. I'd be okay with Alexander and Benjamin winning the tag titles, but wait till after Survivor Series, because I actually do want to see New Day versus the Street Profits, as that actually would be a very, very fun match. It was announced that we're going to get Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre in a rematch for the WWE Championship, which of course Orton is pissed off and he corners Adam Pearce about. Main event, New Day and McIntyre took on Miz, Morrison, and Orton. Most of the match is based around Randy Orton, which I always get a kick out of Randy Orton literally in his I don't give a fuck mode. I literally just always... That Orton, I feel like, is my favorite. I mean, yes, Vicious Orton, is, my favorite, but Randy Orton literally just not giving a single damn at all whatsoever is one of my favorites. So he did not want to get in this match. He wanted no business involved with it at all. He just, stood there with, cold look on his face the entire time. That's all I remember about this match. Are in a couple nice spots, especially one or two by John Morrison before he was interrupted and looked like a buffoon. McIntyre won the match for the 6-man by hitting a Claymore on Morrison, and then him and Orton will stare each other down before their main event match next week on the Go Home show for Survivor Series. And that, my friends, was Monday Night Raw. Did you care? No. This show was boring. It was bland. It was insulting as well to see, a bunch of grown men acting like 5-year-olds. Segments not making any sense. Just scripted crap that just literally does not entertain me at all whatsoever. So, that's my review. As far as what grade I would give it, I gave it a D+. A D+ because I enjoyed the match with Ali and Ricochet. Somewhat intrigued by Matt Riddle winning, but I still don't think they're going to do anything with him. I did like Orton's, Orton's, just I don't give a crap performance in the main event, or that's all I remember from that. And it was whatever. So D+ for Raw this week. On my Twitter poll, 5 votes, everybody said D or lower, which I did not blame you. Live chat, before I go off the air, let's catch up with the chat of live and see what we are doing here. Let me see here. I think we're right here. Bray and Alexa or Murphy and Aaliyah as a couple. At least Bray and Alexa have good chemistry. Aaliyah and Murphy just don't get me started. We're not talking about that. Soul Survivors. I think Bianca Belair would be. I mean, I'd love to see Bianca Belair be Soul Survivor, honestly, for the women's. For Raw, who would be Soul Survivor? I'm trying to think, who would it be? I mean, who really is the point? I mean, Soul Survivor. It's on SmackDown, right? As of now, it's just Owens. I mean, maybe Jey Uso, maybe Soul Survivor. But I feel like, even though, make the Bloodline look good, I feel like they don't need it. Honestly, Keith Lee. I'd love to see Keith Lee be Soul Survivor for the men's team if he could. Let me see here. Orton went Savage the opening of Raw. No, last week Liv and Ruby were on. Well, 2 weeks ago they were on Raw in that 4-way tag match, but Ruby was on SmackDown, won the opportunity to be on Team SmackDown. He's going to motivate Team SmackDown to win the Match Survivor Series. Vince Voice, you need to do a rant video on W and Vince and other stupid W creations. I should, just for the fun of it. Imagine Matt Riddle versus Daniel Bryan in a far, far galaxy for the Intercontinental Championship. Would be an awesome match if they actually would do that. AJ's time as a heel is over. Ended the moment he got a bodyguard and went to Raw. Yeah, again, AJ's heel run has just been so flat. You should have just read the live chat the whole time instead of talking about Raw. Yeah, I'm shocked this was on WWE. How long has it been? Since what? I'm not sure. Titus will be a part of the Hurt Business. Doesn't look like it right now. Can Survivor Series just be rivals instead of brand versus brand? Yeah, or also, that doesn't have to be champion versus champion also. There could actually be a freaking story behind these matches, but that's too much to ask for, I guess. Yeah, apparently Nia also injured Mandy Rose. How dare you? Poor Otis, as I keep saying. But yeah, Nia is just horrible. Again, I can't stand this team with her and Shayna. Thank you. Matt Riddle is better than NXT. Oh, anybody's better than NXT. I still don't know what the heck Braun is. I don't know if Braun's a face right here. I haven't done a turn, so I still can't tell. Lauren thinks that SmackDown will demolish the men on Team Raw, maybe. Isn't Riddle? I don't even know if Riddle's innocent or not. Who will Asuka lose the title to? Who will she lose the title to? I mean, I'd be okay if it was Shayna. Again, if Sonya ever came back, I'd be perfectly fine with Sonya Deville. I'll say Shayna Baszler or Sonya Deville. One of the two. The Bellas are reading One Last Run. I didn't hear about that. Nikki needs to go crazy again. Yes. Lashley needs to be solo again. I actually do like the Hurt Business, so no way. Tyler gave this Raw an F-. You should check out JD from me 206 reviews. I love me. Tell us like it is. The Lex Man is great too, as are you. Oh yeah, Alex is always awesome. Never forget to watch JD from me 206 though. Tyler's gonna review Survivor Series 2004. Nice. Nia needs to be in carry. Nia needs to go, for crying out loud. Mandy needs to be solo. Yeah, again, her random team with Dana Brooke. It's whatever. And their generic theme music now. Smackers was way better than the Downfall back at Downfall in 2018. Agree. She's gonna eat dinner. Cool. Age needs a face turn. Yes, he does. It could be a new 3MB, the 2MB of Sheamus and McIntyre. Jeez, no, thank you. I want to call him. I want to compare him to that, but Kofi Mania was forced like last year's Mania, forced and overrated. Riddle's going to get eliminated first, as I'm seeing happening. Shayna Baszler will be the sole survivor. I'd be okay with that. Still think it should be Bianca, though, but that'd be fine with that. At least they gave him a bodyguard when Daniel Bryan was a heel. He was a plan for 24/7 champion, and Beard Eric Rowan growing with him. which I actually thought that kind of worked pretty good. They're putting Seth Rollins and Riddle on the opposing team versus one another because he fires some shots at Seth at first. Yeah, I've heard that, so we probably will see a moment with Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. Who knows? Seth Rollins will probably eliminate Matt Riddle. Who the heck knows? But yeah, guys, that's my Raw review. I probably spent half of this reading the live chat than actually talk about the show because again, this show sucked. D+ for Raw, guys. I have something I'm trying to do tonight. I'm still trying, and I may do it tonight if I'm still feeling up to it. I want to watch the match. I haven't seen it yet on NXT UK with Walter and Ilya Dragunov for the NXT UK Championship. I keep hearing that's a very good match, and I'm trying to get caught up and be able to do like a review of what's been going on with NXT UK. Not much, but just something to talk about at least. So I'm going to try to do that tonight. Tomorrow I'll do my AEW review. Thursday NXT. Well, Thursday is my mom's birthday, so I might do stuff with her first. I'll get to NXT Thursday, and so forth. Trying to get back to my Harry Potter Let's Play, guys, but again, just work. I'm busy doing all these reviews. So be it. I did do my Survivor Series card predictions, though, even though they're pretty much the matches that are definitely going to happen. So give me the views, give me some love, show me some love for, the graphics that I work with. So, praise those at least. So, yeah. So that's my review, guys. That was Raw. D+. Not much else to talk about. What are your thoughts on this Raw? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe or comment my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirboy93. And until then, guys, I am checking out. I'll see you all later. If I do those live reactions to Walter and Ilya Dragunov tonight, I will see you guys then. But until then, guys, have a great rest of your night. I will see you all later. Peace out, everybody.